Hey, good evening, good morning, good afternoon. Hi. Dan Fitzpatrick here, stockmarketmentor.com. I want to look at Netflix today because this stock's coming out of a bit of a squeeze. Um, Not like a super tight squeeze, but it is coming out. Closed at a new high yesterday. It printed a new high and then fell back. But so today, the stock was actually pretty strong right into the close. You know, it popped out of this squeeze during the day and just kept going. And at the same time, the Qs were also kind of drifting higher. So this was kind of more of a general market lift on all these stocks. But if you look at Netflix, this is what I like about this stock. Me likey the weekly chart. Okay, so up until back here on April, before what would typically be tax day, the stock was bumping up here against 400 bucks, and I think it was like 250 down here. So it was in about $150 range for a couple years. Now, I have a real complicated way to measure a move on a stock like this that will give me kind of an estimate of where I think the stock is going to go. And I'm going to get rid of these lines here because my gosh, it's complicated enough as it is without these lines. So, but I'm going to share it with you. And so I want you to take notes. All right. So this is my complex method for figuring out a measured move here. So I look at where the low here was. We'll say it's about 250. Okay. And then the high we'll say is around 400 bucks. Okay, so 400 minus 250 is what? I already said it. Okay, I gave it to you. 150 bucks. So that's the channel. And so then what we want to do is we say, all right, well, so far, you know, anytime the stock comes back to say 300 or below, that's when you want to buy. And then when the stock gets up close to 400, that's when you want to sell. But then once the stock breaks out, you know, and this is a weekly chart, so it kind of has to hold it there a bit. Okay, so it broke out, came back, tested it, now it's up 450. Okay, that would be 50 bucks more than 400. So we say, all right, well, golly, how high do we think this stock's going to go? I'll tell you how high. We take this 150, again, 400 minus 250, it's 100 bucks. We add 150 to 400, and what do we get? We get 550. That's what we're seeing here. We get a price target of 550 bucks over the long term. But then as I look at the stock more and more, I'm thinking, all right, I'm looking for 550. But really 600 feels a little bit better to me. So I'm looking for kind of a minimum of 550. But I'm hoping, I got my fingers crossed, and I know hope isn't a real viable method, but it is used a lot in trading and in a lot of things. Typically not with great success, but that's why we're keeping some down here at 550. So I think you're buying the stock right now at a new high. You're buying the stock here and you're looking for 100 bucks. If you can get 100 bucks out of this puppy, that would be a pretty good trade in my book. But it's not going to take a week or a month or something like that. I think it'll take several months to get to that point. But one thing about Netflix, this is not like it used to be, where Netflix was the media company of old B movies that you never liked the first time around, like the original Footloose or even the remake, which was arguably worse than the first one, or some of these other, just really old bad movies that you were happy to have forgotten about until you saw that crap on Netflix again. They're a kind of a different media company now. My wife and I watch, we kind of binge watch stuff on Netflix, and it's really, really smart stuff, like the Ricky Gervais thing. His series was excellent. They're on and on and on, and I'm not pumping different series, though it was fun to see Ricky Gervais at the Oscars. I hope he's a permanent fixture there. But Netflix is just the kind of company that they're going to really thrive going forward. They already are. The damn thing's at an all-time high. Take that, Disney. So I think Netflix is a stock that you can buy I would say right here, right now, but you're probably watching the stock on the weekend, so you can't do it. But let's just say on Monday, you're buying this stock here. Maybe give it, I don't know, 7 or 8% of a stop loss, something like that. And my bet is you're going to make money. Okay? Have a good weekend. Stay safe. Keep the mask on, whether you're swimming, whether you're in the shower, whether you're going to the bathroom, it doesn't matter. Wear the mask, irrespective. Certainly around other people, that's the reasonable thing to do. But if you really want to signal to people that you're very, very aware of this, even if you're walking in the middle of nowhere where nobody else is around, not even rabbits or mice or rattlesnakes or anything else, make sure you wear the mask so that everybody can see that you are being really careful and your virtue signaling is complete. Okay, that's really important. By the way, I'm being sarcastic, but only a little bit. It is important to have the mask on and to maintain social distancing. I get that. I support it. I do it. I do it fiercely. But when you're riding your bike down the street for a workout and there's nobody around, I'm just letting you know you really don't have to wear the mask. Some would say that ultraviolet rays are actually deadly to the virus. I'm not going to say that because that would be blasphemy. A lot of people think that the virus lives in all environments and can kill any or all of us at any given time. But I'm just saying you may want to consider giving the mask a rest when you're out working out all by yourself. Just saying. I actually just heard that from a friend.